Let's take a look at the grid then. On the front row we have Alex von Erheim and Richard Jenkins. The second row, Mark Drasku and Michael Kuma. Row 3, James McAllister and Lee McNamara. Row 4 is Nick Selby and Alistair Garrett. Row 5 we see Sean Brame and Sean Stafford-Axon. This is the Groups B and C. We've got so many Locosts out there today. We need in groups. There's a poor start from Alex von Erheim. He doesn't move very far off the grid at all. So the car's heading to Paddock Hill Bay for the first time. It's Jenkins that leads. There's Nick Selby coming through the middle to go third. As the car's heading to Paddock, like I say, for this first time. And the race has been shortened slightly because of the problems earlier in the day. We can ride on board then with Michael Kuma. He's right behind Alex von Erheim, I think that is. As we now head down Graham Hill Bend. No, go down to Graham Hill, towards Graham Hill Bend. Come round the outside here with Kuma. Can't get that one done. And a big splash through the puddle there of the apex of Graham Hill Bend from von Erheim. Splashing right into the cockpit of the Michael Kuma car. Then we slow the car down for Surtees, the left-hander here, before then turning right into McLaren. And then we brake for clearways, and von Erheim there starts to aquaplane wide, but couldn't allow Kuma an opportunity to gain a position. Now we can power down to complete the first lap of the race then. In the slipstream here is Kuma trying to find a way past von Erheim. Now we get onto the brakes, so they come into Paddock then. There's Nick Selby running in third. Just behind Nick Selby is the car of Mark Dragahescu. Before then we have von Erheim and Michael Kuma. They go through Druid Hill Bend, and it's Jenkins. They're still leading, but change for third here possibly. Nick Selby has on the inside of him Dragahescu as well. Kuma trying to cut through it side by side for 7th as well. Kuma can't get past von Erheim, and Dragahescu can't get past Selby, so this 4-car queue continues now down the Cooper straight, back on board with our onboard camera of Michael Kuma. So they head down into Surtees. It's horrible conditions we have here today at Brands Hatch, but the drivers have to deal with what they have. Michael Kuma is going to be in both the races today, unlike people like Alex von Erheim who are racing tomorrow. The one and only race tomorrow. Great run off the corner. Michael Kuma alongside. The two cars go side by side, but Kuma will be on the inside by the time we get to Paddock. Here they come then. And in front they're side by side as well. Dragahescu going in front of Nick Selby on the inside line there. That Selby's continuing to come round the outside here. Can he get this done? Kuma's got von Erheim, and Selby, look at the grip round the outside there, and he's got it done. Great move from, great stuff from Nick Selby to stay in front. Now Dragahescu off the pressure, but then he's really at the brakes. Nick Selby runs out wide. Dragahescu gets third. I think Kuma's going to have fourth, yes, because he pulls off track and off there at Paddock Hill Bend. A car, big moment for somebody down there, but it's all back together once again. I think it was the car of Ernie Gutchlow. There's Nick Selby's down to 6th now because von Erheim dies up on the inside for Graham Hill Bend. So it'll be a matter of 2 corners down from 3rd to 6th for Selby, and now Michael Kuma's going ahead of Dragahescu as they head into Surtees. He goes third then, does Michael Kuma. He was 5th going, or 6th coming out of clearway. So 3 cars passed in a rather quick succession for Kuma. We have somebody off down the bottom here. Yes, we do. That is number 57, and at the wheel of that car is Anthony May. So Richard Jenkins still leads the way then as they complete another lap from Lee McNamara. We haven't really spoke about him. He was down on that 3rd, 4th row of the grid. So that was a good start from him to get up that high. And very quickly then hit this battle for 3rd. Then Dragahescu still right behind Michael Kuma for 5th position, Alex von Erheim, and then in 6th is Nick Selby. So the 4 cars head up into the droids hairpin, and looking up on the inside there as they head into the corner with Dragahescu. As you can see, Jenkins really getting away. Now, is this battle of 3rd going to be able to bring themselves? Dragahescu gets 2 sideways on the exit of the corner. That's Kuma into 3rd then. And Dragahescu's not going to be able to attack into the corner. So Mike Kuma up into that 3rd position then. Now, can Alex von Erheim do anything about Alex Dragahescu? Well, I say Kuma up to 3rd. He was up to 3rd anyway, so it was keeping Dragahescu off him. But now Dragahescu under pressure from the car of Alex von Erheim. Up on the inside, he goes into the very wet Surtees Bend, and von Erheim has got 4th position then. Now can he do anything about Mike Kuma right in front of him? this battle for the final place on the podium for the third round of this Locost Championship for these drivers. The next race we have this later on this afternoon will be round 3 for half of drivers and round 4 for the other half, the half that participated in this race. So here they come down the straight into Paddock Hill Bend, and Kuma standing in front of Von Erheim at the moment. Von Erheim not able to do anything in the 16 that time. A huge splash through Paddock Hill Bend, and now Dragahescu again go for this inside line. He keeps attempting at Druids, and in front I think running very wide there was McNamara, and this battle is closing in on him. So I think before the end of the race we will see a battle emerge there. Here comes up on the inside, unable to do that with Dragahescu. He was trying to find a way past Alex Von Erheim, but was unable to do that. This race has been shortened to a 10-minute plus 1 lap, so that's what they have to deal with. Into clearaways, Kuma trying to find some grip, as is Von Erheim, who was trying to come on the inside, but that outside line again, giving all the grip away, and Kuma finding it, and he's now sprinting away on the exit of the corner. And they've got some lappery to deal with, and they're getting closer and closer to Lee McNamara. This battle could soon become for second, because that great run out of clearways Mike Kuma had, he's now getting ever so close to Lee McNamara. He lapped the back marker then Alex Von Erheim. But they were I thought they were closer than they actually are, to Lee McNamara, I think. So they now head up Hailwood Hill into the Druids Hairpin. And now we can ride on board with Lewis Dallas, who's battling bit further down the pack. He's chasing after Sean Stafford Atkinson, possibly, is that? Or in fact, I think it could have been Sean Braham. Not sure about that one though. Battle for 4th one still though for Graham Hill Bend. Alex Von Erheim runs a bit wide there. That this is allowing up on the inside. He's going to come past Dragahescu. Mark Dragahescu is going to get 4th, is he? They're going to run side by side through 30, through a big splash on the apex of the corner for Dragahescu. Maybe lost him a bit of momentum, and Alex Von Erheim is back in front. Maybe as well it was that outside line, the grippy line in the wet weather we have at racing circuits, and that's allowing Von Erheim coming back on the inside of him. As we have Jason Gibbons, I think that going off the circuit. Oh, no, sorry, Tom Kidd, sorry, in the 43. And now into Paddock, side by side. I thought Dragahescu was coming back at Von Erheim, and he certainly is. Dragahescu's got the place done, but coming back at him is Von Erheim. Von Erheim on the inside line for Druids. And he's got it back. And now on the exit of the corner, back comes Dragahescu, and Von Erheim sideways on the exit. Dragahescu back into 4th. Now can Von Erheim do anything on the exit of Graham Hill Bend, because we've seen them change places multiple times throughout that last lap. So they're running into 30s now. I said Kuma was catching McNamara a few laps ago. Huge sideways over for Dragahescu. He's right off the circuit. He's on the grass, well off the circuit. He will find it again eventually. But down in 5th, maybe 6th. Here comes Nick Selby round the outside. Nick Selby gets that 5th position. On board of Kuma, I said he was challenging McNamara. He's in that slipstream now, and look at the run he's got off clearways once again. Up on the inside he goes for Paddock Hill Bend, side by side for 2nd position. And Mike Kuma has that place done into Paddock then. Great move from the round 2 race winner at Silverstone, but coming back at him, McNamara. We've seen this plenty of times just for the Von Erheim Dragahescu battle, but I think Kuma's got that one dealt. I'm sure the the spray is getting more and more as we go throughout this race, so I think it is getting wetter out there, especially since earlier on this afternoon. It is certainly wetter out there. So Kuma and McNamara are battling away for 2nd position with just not much longer to go, side by side there, as Rob Middleton and Lewis Dallas battle away for about 10th position. It is. Through to as they go then. Middleton just starting to escape, I think, from Dallas. We've got a car off there on the left hand side. Not quite sure who that was. somebody out of the race. Side by side, as McNamara loses the place to Von Erheim now. So Von Erheim into third, but McNamara's trying to come back at him out of paddock. But Von Erheim, could he just about got it? I don't know though, because back on the inside, attempt there. McNamara, but he can't do it. So Von Erheim has got third. And Von Erheim runs all over the curb and the exit, and that's allowing McNamara to get the better run down the hill, but he can't get through. Now McNamara riding the slipstream as they lap a car as they head into 30 now. Is he going to look on the inside? Not quite. So the battle of a third stage as it is. Not long of the race to go now either. So if McNamara wants to get back into that podium, he's going to have to push very hard. Von Erheim going on that wide line. So visually it looks like McNamara is coming at him, but then Von Erheim just speeds away out the corner. So then as they make their way down, second, third, fourth all together, and I think he's at the last lap board out. So can Kuma hold on here? He looks like he's got a reasonable gap to Von Erheim, but of course slipstream is so strong in local racing, or of course in the wet it's not such a factor. But Erheim going on that wide line trying to find the grip. They head up the hill. Of course now Richard Jenkins. There he is, our race leader. He's heading towards race victory then. Second there, Kuma, third Von Erheim, fourth. Now look at this, McNamara in fourth, getting back onto terms with Alex Von Erheim. Richard Jenkins heading towards victory then. He heads down to 30 for what is the final time here of the third round of the championship for these guys. Groups B and C out in this first race of 3 this weekend for the Demon Tweaks and Yokohama Locost Championship into clearways for the final time. Then Kuma and Von Erheim trying to go back at Jenkins, but they're not going to be able to do it. The gap has been coming down ever so slightly in the last few laps, but of course not enough. The checkered flag flies for Richard Jenkins. Arm out the window. He is very happy with that. He wins then by 2.98 seconds in the end to Mike Kuma. Third to Alex Von Erheim. So he got podium. Fourth, Leo McNamara dropped down to fourth in the end, and a long way off on that last lap because Mark Dragahescu come back at him on that final lap of the race. And in sixth was Nick Selby. Seventh went to Alistair Garrett, a long way behind. Then in eighth was James McAllister. He was a long way behind Garrett. In ninth, Sean Brame. 10th went to Rob Middleton.